G'day everyone! Welcome to the adventures of Zoom and Betty. I'm Zoom.
I'm Betty.
We're such dags.
What are we doing today?
Well, today we're doing, we put the call out on Instagram and Facebook for some questions, and we're doing a 20 questions Halloween edition.
Woo! Spooky!
I don't think all the questions are Halloween related, but that doesn't matter. We'll do them anyway. While we're answering questions, we're going to be carving these amazing pumpkins.
Oh, mine's got fuzz on it.
Mine's weird on top. Look, it's kind of missing its stem.
Chocolate starfish. Jesus Christ.
No. The real question is, do I carve it on the curved side or do I carve it on the flat side?
What a rookie. You carve it on the pretty side.
Well, yeah, I know. I was just like, easier.
I would do it on this side.
Do it on that side?
Oh, that is boozy. It's a Sunday afternoon, by the way.
Sunday, Arvo. And we've both got tomorrow off work.
So let's booze it up.
Woo! Last time I did one of these was the first time ever, and I did his face like down here. But he looked like he was looking up.
Or he kind of looked like he was rolling forwards and he was like, hey.
He was drunk.
Come here.
Hey.
Let me tell you a secret.
Here's a secret.
Okay. I've got a secret.
We've all had that drunk friend.
I think I'm going to do mine on this side because
You are that drunk
I
friend.
think that's pretty. I am that drunk friend. Question number 1. Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
Yes, but I think it was when I was about 13. I'm adamant that whoever, I can't even remember who I was doing it with, but I'm sure that they were the ones pushing that shit around. I have a belief in some supernatural things, but I don't believe that that was real that particular time.
I have played with a Ouija board. Me and my high school friends used to have sleepovers, like classic, girl sleepovers. And my friends would always peer pressure me into trying to contact my dad.
Oh.
And it was not a good time. So my friends were bastards.
I bet I know who it was too.
No, it was just kind of a mixture of everyone. So yes, I have played with a Ouija board, and yes, there was always that one friend that pushed the thing around. I think you know who that friend was. We've all got that friend. Definitely played with a Ouija board quite a few times, and apparently got contacted by spirits. Every time.
Every time.
60% of the time it works. Every time. Okay.
In the spirit of Halloween, what are your favourite spooky movies?
I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to actual horror movies. So knife to the crotch. Where'd that water come from?
I don't know.
It's crying.
He's crying.
So I think I would have to say my favourite spooky-ish movies, probably Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm going to do a top 3 because I'm greedy. Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice, and Little Shop of Horrors because that soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah. We saw the Little Shop of Horrors stage show and it was really good. Yeah, I'm not into really scary movies.
This is why we go so well together, because we don't
Just can't try to scare the crap out of each other.
we don't force each other into watching scary movies.
I Nightmare Before Christmas was awesome. Anything Tim Burton is always really cool. If you want scary movies, my grandfather and my uncle used to scare the bejesus out of my cousin and Libby and I by allowing us to watch their 80s horror movies.
Jesus.
Yeah, it scared the crap out of us. But they were really good. We used to have Pumpkinhead was one. Shockers is another one, which I tell you about all the time. Whenever you've got a limp, I'm like, Shockers.
And I still don't know what she's actually talking about. I've got no idea.
Yeah. So Shockers is a scary movie from back in the 80s.
Well, where are you going with this? What kind of mouth are you going to do?
I'm debating at the moment.
I've got a plan for my mouth, but I don't want to show you.
No.
Or should we show so we don't get the same?
No.
Okay.
We won't do the same. We're too different.
We might. Okay, next question. Where are you hoping to find your forever homestead?
I am pretty easygoing with it. I would go just about anywhere, really. As long as it's not desert for days, as long as it's got some trees around, I'm sweet. but you're a lot more picky.
Yes.
And the budget that we have doesn't always match the goals that others might have.
She's talking about me. I would ideally like it to be probably somewhere in like the western kind of area of Melbourne. So in an ideal world, somewhere kind of around like the Macedon, Daylesford, Bendigo kind of area. But I would still be open to pretty much anywhere, just like within, you know, maybe like max 3 hours of Melbourne, so that could still drive here for work if I needed to and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm pretty open to ideas really, but expensive.
Yeah, that western side of Melbourne is really expensive. I'd go further afield. Like, I'm happy with going hours away from Melbourne, but like I would go 4 or 5 hours. But you're not as keen.
No.
In short, we haven't decided yet. We're still looking. So the Hunt for the Homestead series will continue as soon as lockdown's over. We can get back out travelling again. Which of the two of you has the deeper belly button?
Yeah.
Mine's that thick. That thick.
Hang on,
That deep.
wait, I feel like my fat roll makes it.
I just on my finger line. I feel like we have the same.
We both definitely got innies.
Yep. It's the same.
Good times we wearing overalls. But if you like don't stretch out your tummy skin, I think mine might be
Yours
deeper.
might be a little bit
I think
deeper.
mine might be deeper. Mine is up to the first knuckle fold of my finger. Thanks for that question, Fink.
Yes, that's a very Fink question.
Don't forget you got to do the top.
I know, that's what I'm looking at now. I feel like I didn't do this well last time.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah, should I use the big knife?
Probably.
Don't kill yourself.
It's Halloween themed. On brand. Oh my god, can you just like point that away
I am pointing it away.
from me?
It is. Look, it's going that way, towards the camera.
Okay, freaks me out. Why are they so liquidy this time?
I don't know.
What are the key ingredients for being the cutest couple ever?
I think that one of the big things that we have
I feel like I have so much liquid.
so, ugh, is that we're not spending our time we're not spending our time trying to impress each other. Like, we let each other be the weirdos we are.
You're saying I'm not impressive?
You are a weirdo, and you're impressive, but you're impressively weird.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Don't have to be afraid of being who we are, like the other person's not gonna judge us. That was good.
GoPro. I think the main thing is to just try and stay as interested in the other person and like what they're excited about as possible. Like, and not just be like, ugh, you again. Like, I think that, yeah, just like having a bit of an excitement about each other and just not letting that go away is pretty important.
We're also like each other's best friends.
Oh!
I don't know if it's like it might help that we're a lesbian relationship. Like, I don't know if it's easier because we're both girls or not, but it helps being each other's best friends. And it, like, my some of my family members have this sort of relationship with their partners, and they're all straight, so it's probably not a gay thing, but yeah, it weirds me out when people are married to each other and they're not each other's best friends.
Yeah, that also weirds me out. Or like, you know, just feeling like you can't talk to your significant other about stuff.
Yeah.
I think just, you know, you can have your own personality and your own life and stuff like that, but you gotta be able to be each other's besties, I think.
Yeah. You ready to see the brains?
Wait, we should do it together.
Do you want the big knife?
No, it's not a size thing. It's just a difficulty.
Gonna bring the muck bowl over.
Yeah. The goo.
The goo. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Get the big knife. It's probably just deep.
That. Okay, go.
Got it? Ready?
Hang it.
3, 2, 1. Oh, it wasn't as impressive as I thought it was going to be.
Now you wear it as a hat.
Oh no, ew. My mum will be freaking out watching this.
Oh, I'm freaking out watching this as well. When I was trying to find where in Melbourne you could buy carving pumpkins, because they are nowhere near as like common here, I like googled Halloween pumpkins or carving pumpkins or whatever, and the first thing that came up was pumpkin carving hand injuries. And I was just like, that's the top. Wanna look in it? Gross. Oh, it smells.
Are you missing roller derby? And how have you been coping without seeing your team and TRV? TRV is our secondary team, for those that don't know.
Yeah, so we skate for, well, we've kind of somewhat retired now actually, which I think it shouldn't be news to everyone, but somewhat. Long story short, there's definitely parts that I miss about it. I really, really miss seeing all of our friends and our teammates and stuff like that on a really regular basis, because normally we used to train twice a week and there'd be at least one game on a month. Sometimes there'd be, 2 or 3 different games or tournaments on a month. So I really, really miss the friendship, and I actually really miss the incidental exercise too, because I just do nothing now. I've just got so unfit. So
that was always one of my favourite things about roller derby, is that you were doing exercise without it feeling like it was exercise.
Yeah, I miss the... I miss the incidental exercise and the friendship.
I was at the point of retiring before COVID hit anyway. I really miss my friends. A lot of my friends live, not just like our teammates obviously as well, but a lot of our friends live all around the state, and hours and hours and hours of drive away, but we get to see them once a month at Derby, and without Derby being on, we don't get to see a lot of our friends, which is kind of sad.
Oh yeah, the ice cream scoop is good. Yes.
I think retiring at this time kind of worked out well, because I think that it's gonna be a bit worse when everyone's back to playing games and back to training together, and I think I'll get a lot of FOMO.
The too long didn't read version is yes and no. We miss the people and the exercise, but not really the stress.
Yeah. You at that point.
What small joys have you discovered in lockdown? Pumpkin carving.
We've had the ability to get into gardening a little bit more. We always were. Each year we try to do a little bit, but this year I think we've gone much further than we generally do. So that's been cool. Been really excited about the gardening, which is awesome.
I would say just being able to, kind of take it a little bit easier than normal. So I've been working from home, which has meant like less commute time and
more
things
time
like
with
that.
the cat.
More time with the cat has been amazing.
Cat seems to like it, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think being able to do a bit more crafty kind of stuff has been really nice, because I've had the actual capacity to do it, whereas normally I'm just that tired from work, so I get home and can't be bothered doing anything. So yeah, the bit of extra capacity has been nice. Having the time to really get into the gardening and even just the YouTube stuff, like it's been kind of fun.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Putting the tag in.
Tag's dragging it. What's your favourite drink at Madame Brussels?
I believe there was a cocktail jug that had like a lavender flavoured thing about it, which I remember really liking. Do you remember what you had there?
Oh, I think I always had Chambord and lemonade.
Same thing we have every
I find something I like and I just stick with it because I know that I like it. I'm not very adventurous unless I'm really drunk. I'll just go with the same thing because I know I'm not going to be disappointed. It's under a section called Drinky Poos.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I can't find the lavender one that I was talking about, so they've either changed their menu or it was somewhere else that I had that. But I do specifically remember having the 20 Shades of Pink, very on brand for me. Online description is this shady lady oozes Bombay Sapphire, Solano, blood orange liqueur, grapefruit syrup, fresh lemon, and a splash of aquafaba to froth. Ooh la la. So The pink drink. Battle of the Holidays. Halloween versus Christmas.
Well, aesthetically, I like Halloween better. However, oh, gross. There's shit went everywhere. You're a messy girl.
Yes.
But I really like that Christmas comes with days off work, which Halloween doesn't. I like seeing my family and getting presents and giving presents. So Christmas is probably the winner all round, even though I like the look of Halloween better.
That's a fair call. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit of a copycat. I like the aesthetics of Halloween. However, being from Australia, people just don't really get into it as much here. Like, it's really only been kind of the last maybe like 5 years or so that it's even become a thing that you can buy like pumpkins to carve and stuff like that. So
Last year we were in America for Halloween, and oh my god, we wanted to buy so much stuff, but we couldn't carry it home.
it was the best. So I think if people got into it more here, actually, you know what? The fact that Halloween's not in bloody
Autumn.
or fall here as well just makes it weird. So aesthetically, I would say Halloween. However, I think Christmas would probably be my preferred holiday. It depends on what time of year, if you ask me. If you ask me from like, I don't know, like June to October, I'll be like Halloween. But if you ask me any other time of the year, I'd probably say Christmas.
And just to really throw it out there for our American friends, Christmas here is in the middle of summer, so that's always a funny aesthetic. But for some reason, we've caught on to that. We still do a lot of snow type stuff, even though it's in the middle of summer. I like the Aussie-inspired, like Santa wearing board shorts and thongs, though.
No.
No.
Too bogan for me.
Which urban legend scares you the most?
My one from my hometown was that there was this factory, like kind of an abandoned factory that was just up the road from where I grew up as a kid. It was a really, really creepy old brick factory. And the urban legend was that it was built on a burial ground from the gold rush days. And so it was like super haunted and stuff. And we used to go and film like ghost chaser movies there. And it was...
How old were you?
Oh, we would have been like probably like 13, 14 sort of thing. And yeah, I reckon we legit saw some ghosts in there. Like, there's been way too many stories from varying people to think that that's complete bullshit. But yeah.
Your town also had an asylum for the criminally insane.
My town's very creepy. Which you probably already knew if you'd watched the
You know.
hometown episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the one that stuck in my head. It's called the Weaving Factory, and it is super creepy. Also, just to add to the like creep factor, not that long ago there was a massive like explosion in it, and it turns out there was a meth lab in there. So that's spooky.
Spooky meth lab. I don't know how famous it needs to be, but where my grandma and grandpa used to live in Wedderburn, my cousin used to tell us about this crazy guy who used to live in the bush behind her. There was a mass murderer type guy. Type. And my older cousin, Doug. And then myself, my brother, and our other cousins went exploring through that bush area one day, and we found some caravans that appeared to be abandoned, and then a guy appeared out of nowhere and yelled at us, and we shut our pants and ran through the bush.
Do I have pumpkin on my face?
No. So yeah, I don't know if he made that up or if it was a legit urban legend for our area, but it scared the bejesus out of us.
What do you miss from pre-COVID?
Being able to see our family, and being able to see around the countryside, get out in nature in the bush.
Get out in nature.
Yeah, our nature where we live is St Kilda Beach, and if anybody knows what has been going on around here, it's where all the people who are actively campaigning against wearing masks and stuff have been hanging out, so we've just been avoiding that.
Yeah, I miss just being able to go places whenever you feel like it. So yeah, either go do something on the weekend, like, you know, some new area that we've decided to go and explore and get some fresh air and stuff. Kind of like gets a little bit old being in your 5k radius after like 3 months or whatever the hell it's been now. The other thing I really miss that I've really started to just like understand just how much I miss is even just being able to go to a shopping centre and just like walk around shops and stuff like that and look at stuff. And yeah, I've been wanting to decorate a bit more for Halloween, and normally I'd go and just
little $2 shops.
I love a $2 shop. I love me a good $2 shop. And I really miss just perusing $2 shops and having Joe call me being like, where the bloody hell are you? You've been in the $2 shop.
Enjoy that part, do you?
Yeah.
It's one of your favourite parts?
Yeah, in fact, I just wait for you to call me sometimes. I'm finished, but I just wait for you to call me.
I bet you do. I bet that's not even a joke. Why have you ditched the Harry Potter Christmas theme?
Do you want me to field this one? Or?
Firstly, we're not up to doing any theme for Christmas. We're at Halloween, so we've got the tree up, which we'll show you. But it's a Halloween tree.
So yes, we've had some questions, particularly when I've been in work video meetings. They've been like, is that a Christmas tree? No, it's a Halloween tree. That just happens to be a Christmas tree base. Anyway, the other sort of more difficult kind of answer to that is that
J.K. Rowling's been a real douche this year.
Yeah, so the author of the Harry Potter books has been coming out with some pretty disgusting statements and supporting some pretty disgusting organisations and things. And obviously, you know, we're part of the queer community, and she's been particularly douchey towards trans people, and
we might not be trans ourselves, but
Yeah.
we have friends who are, and even on top of, even if we didn't have friends who are, I just feel like people have rights and people deserve the right to go through their lives being who they truly are, and if who you are really doesn't affect anybody else, then why does anyone care?
Yeah, so pretty much that in a nutshell is why we've decided not to do the Harry Potter Christmas theme again this year. Just basically out of, I guess, solidarity with our friends and just the general trans community, because we think that she's a bit of a disgusting human. So yeah, just in solidarity, we're going a different theme. So apologies to everyone that really enjoyed the Harry Potter Christmas tree.
We love the Harry Potter Christmas tree too, but you know,
Just gotta do what's right.
we don't love it any more than we love other people having rights.
And that is a bloody good way to look at anything. Yeah, I like that. Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
On the fly, that one.
What were you most afraid of as a kid?
I don't really remember. I don't really remember being terrified
Except for the
of
creepy
anything.
guy in the caravan.
Except for the creepy guy and the chick in the caravan. Yeah, nothing in general.
Really? I feel like I was a very afraid child.
It doesn't surprise me at all. No. I wasn't particularly a go with the flow kind of kid, but I wasn't terrified.
Were you
of
scared
things.
of like a teacher or like?
No, I was a nerd. I was a teacher's pet.
Was there any animals you were scared of?
I fucking love animals.
Snakes?
We had to deal with snakes all the time. I didn't really love them, but when you live in the country, you play around in the bush all day, you're going to deal with snakes on a regular basis.
I had this clock on my wall that my auntie actually made for me when I was little, and it was like a really, really cute, like Care Bears-esque sun that was like peeking up from some clouds, and the clock face was on the sun's face, and I loved it during the day, but then at night time, as soon as Mum would turn off the light and I could just see it with like the light coming in from the crack of the door, it turned into like the most creepiest, like deranged looking thing you've ever seen. And I swear that its little eyes used to like follow you wherever you were in the room, and I hated it at night time. Absolutely hated it.
My one's super similar.
Really?
Yeah. When I was young, probably like earlier than 5, because things changed around then. I had curtains in my bedroom that were jungle themed. Like lots of animals on it, and I love those curtains. Like if someone said I will take them away, I would have said no. I love them. During the day, absolutely adore them, but at night, all the whites of their eyes, the moonlight would light them up, and then it looked like I was trying to sleep with all these little eyes looking at me.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in a horror movie. Are you the last one alive, first one to die, the comic relief, The skeptic, the smart one, or the killer?
I'd either be the first one to die, or I might be the smart one to try and come up with like the plans to thwart the killer, maybe. But then I'd also die.
I'd like to think that I was a smart one, but I did a murder mystery weekend with work a few years back where they nominate your character and who you are and all that sort of stuff before you went, so you could get into theme and, you know, make sure you're dressed appropriately and understand your character before the weekend started. And I was the murderer and I really enjoyed it.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
What horror movies did you watch when you were at like sleepovers and stuff when you were in high school? Because mine was like around the time Scream came out. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Candyman got watched. It, the original It, scared the shit out of me. Couldn't go to the toilet alone for ages. I could really, but I was scared every time.
I think like we just weren't really ever allowed to watch them as kids. So by the time I sort of got to like teenage sleepovers and stuff where that like became a thing, it was ones like House on the Haunted Hill or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like The Exorcist. That was probably
the
main
original
one.
Exorcist?
Yeah, the original one. Yeah, we went through a phase where we watched a lot of scary movies, but I certainly did not enjoy it. I like cute scary, not actual scary.
You like spoopy?
I like spoopy. I don't like being actually scared. Favorite horror or Halloween themed song?
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween. Halloween.
It's probably just got to be a classic Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
I was working in the lab late one night. My eyes beheld an eerie sight. It's just classic. And I'm a sucker for anything that's got like the
The shoot music.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a good shoop. So yeah, probably Monster Mash. But also, yeah, anything from the soundtrack of Little Shop of Horrors.
Do you sometimes just randomly prefer the floor instead of the couch or bed? Yes. And I can't tell you why, because it's just... Sometimes just sitting on the floor is good.
It is really nice sometimes. I find sometimes the firmness of the floor is preferable to a soft, squishy surface. Sometimes. I mean, I don't think I'd like to actually sleep on the floor.
You know what's really nice? When it's really hot and you've got tiles or like cold... He looks like this is coming out of him.
I have seen people do that where they take all the seeds and stuff and have it like hanging out like he's vomiting.
Yeah, when it's really hot, being on a cold surface is really nice to sleep on. So sometimes tiles or like timber floorboards can be nice for that.
Makes sense.
But in general, yes, just randomly it's weird and yes.
It is a strange thing, isn't it? But yeah, no, I think sometimes, yes, that is a thing. I think I get like that when I'm hanging out with a bunch of people. Like I like to just sometimes sit on or lay on the floor. What is the weirdest thing in your freezer? Do you want me to have a look?
I think you need to go check it out.
No, I'll have a look. Nothing that weird in here. No. Maybe Joe's fish fingers, because she's a child. Maybe this middle one will have some weird stuff. Maybe some brown bananas? Whoa. Here we go. This magnet that my hair just knocked off into the freezer. Whoa, get back in there. Look, there's just not really anything that weird in our freezer. It's pretty normal. Sorry to let you down, Felicity. So I feel like we need to explain some context with that. One of my good friends has a bit of a weird tendency to always have something super strange in her freezer, and it's usually some sort of dead animal, and that's not there for eating. It's some sort of like preservation method, so
it's really gross. Flick, I'm on board with many of the things you're up to now, but putting dead animals that aren't in meat form in your freezer, I'm not so down with. Are you superstitious? Not really.
No?
Not really. I think you are.
Yeah, I am. Yes, I'm superstitious with like really stupid shit, and I know that it's stupid, but I just like, I think that it's like a bit of an OCD brain. So yeah, all the things like walking under ladders and stupid things like that. I have this thing that I've been able to overcome a little bit in the last sort of 12 months or so, where if I'm walking with someone, either Joe or like a friend or something like that, and we walk towards a pole, I have to go around the same side of the pole that that person has gone around, so you can't like split the pole, I think is the term. And I've been really, really trying to overcome that one for a long time. And sometimes when people people find out about it and they get like mean about it and try and thwart me.
I'm so used to walking with you places. When I walk with somebody else and we split a pole, it makes me feel really weird to go on.
Yeah.
Because I'm always just used to having to like be there for you on that one.
Yeah. And when people are considerate about it, like that know about my weirdness and they're like nice about it, I really appreciate it.
You're a lot cleaner than I am.
Yeah, you gotta make the edges nice and clean so that it looks good when it's lit. If you had to give up anything that was chocolate flavoured or hot chips, which would you choose?
Chocolate flavoured. That was easy.
That was easy for you.
No way am I giving up hot chips for anything.
That's like your staple in your diet. It's hot chips.
Your wife or hot chips? Tough decision.
Understandable. You know what? I
would still choose hot chips.
I understand how much she loves hot chips. I want you to be happy.
What about you?
I would choose to give up the hot chips and keep chocolate in my life, or chocolate flavoured things, because it's probably one of my favourite flavours.
I like chocolate, but no, they're not in the same ballpark.
I do love a good hot chip.
Last one.
I've still got so much to cut off.
What spooky creature would you be if you had to choose?
Ooh, one with really cool powers.
I'd be a vampire.
Yeah, you would totally be a vampire.
What?
I'm tempted to say like the creature from the lagoon. Like the
Black Lagoon.
Yeah. Because it'd be funny. And I could like go up and...
It's very similar to that movie. What was that movie that came out recently with that water... that water creature.
It
was something
The
water?
Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water. That creature is very similar.
I would say if I had to actually choose though, I'd say probably a witch if I was able to have like magic.
Gotta be an ugly witch. Like a real ugly one. Like the...
Why?
Like the one from Snow White that gives her... Like
well,
when she...
she's the evil queen, so...
When she looks like a... But when she looks like an old lady. Should we present them at the same time?
Yeah, you gotta wait for me.
I think we need the magic of the internet to make this happen faster.
Obviously, yeah.
Alright, ready?
Wait, I'm not finished.
Magic of the internet. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Pretty good, eh? I feel like that's pretty cool. Cool.
Have you enjoyed today's pumpkin extravaganza?
Yeah, no, it's been great. I definitely took a lot longer than someone did to do theirs, but I feel like the results speak for themselves.
Look, you're right.
It's very cool. He's not as drunk. He's having a bit more of a midlife crisis. And so he's not having a...
If I did this, it's like Home Alone.
It's pretty good.
That's about enough for today, I think. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. We'll have a light up of these bad boys later this eve.
That'd be good. If anybody out there would like to be a part of giving us questions in the future, you can check out our Instagram at this hashtag here. And we'll see you all next time.
Have a great Halloween.
Bye.
Bye.